Hi, I'm Sandy Sims with SDS Digital and the Accord Melisma module. This, the last in our tutorial series, will cover the progressions reset options. As there isn't a dedicated jack for the reset function, a variety of interesting methods have been added. The default setting, CCCV, input knob is non-functional until the CCCV is set to prog R. This can be done from the MIDI CC Quick Box and is the last entry before CC numbers begin. This MIDI CC setting works with any other reset method as well. So the setting under the prog Quick Box only serves to disable any other reset method. On its own, the CC knob will act as a reset switch. As a new feature for version 1.2, if the knob is left over to the right of center, the progressions will pause indefinitely. This would allow for editing the next first step once released. Once a CV is patched to the CC jack, the knob becomes a voltage switch point. I'll patch an LFO output from the Wi-Fi MIDI module to the CC input. Any voltage above this setting will trigger and hold a progression reset condition. The LFO keeps going to 5 volts, so let's try a CV sequence. This would be useful with a slow ramp to select when a progression resets. The next progression reset method, which also resets both progressions, is the hold input. This one simply resets the progression when the hold input goes high to stop chords and start an arpeggiation or burst sequence. Hold only resets progression, it doesn't hold like the last method. I'll patch this into a rhythm as the sequence CV is all above 0.6 volts, obviously. You can see how this reset would work to reset progressions whenever ARPs begin. The next progression reset method, oddly enough, is the gate input. Many times when doing progressions, the gate is only used to set note lengths, so may not really be in the patch for any other reason afterwards. Here, I'll just gate patch into a division of the clock. The gate ideally would be in sync with the progression step to remain hidden per se. Here it's not at all. The next method is A-clock input. This is best if A-clock isn't being used at all. It's already patched and is so fast it's holding the progression without release. These resets so far will all reset both root and chord progressions together. The next ones can work on either progression individually. The time resets will cause a reset if progression triggers are stopped for a fixed amount of time. This was originally the only way to reset for quite a while, back during the development of the Melisma. Settings for this timeout are 1 second, 2 seconds, or 5 seconds. I'll leave it at 1 second to demonstrate. All of these pulses are longer than 1 second, so each resets the progression. So there's also 2 and 5 second timeouts. The root and chord progressions each have their own timeouts. The next reset, similarly, is the 2 times or double time timeout. If the pulses suddenly are twice as slow as the previous, then a reset occurs. Using 2 pulses in 4 demonstrates this reset method. There is also a 4 times timeout. The space between progressions pulses must be at least 4 times that of the previous to get a reset. I'll give that a go. There it is. Let's go faster. The final method of autonomously resetting progressions is the actual pulse width, high 2x, or high 2 times. Progressions are edge-triggered events, so this is the only function that depends on the length of progression pulses, which must be 2 times as long as the previous to cause a reset. For this, I have tapped some gates into the RITM module before the video. Now from a 2 short, 1 long gate from the Mod M1. Shortening the long gate resumes the sequence without a reset. I hope you have enjoyed this series of tutorials for the Accord Melisma. I have enjoyed making them. Thanks for watching, and hopefully if you don't have one yet, this will help in the decision-making process. I'm Sandy Sims. Keep on petchin'!